New for you at 10, experts say the Med City may need to do more to meet its greenhouse gas reduction goals. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon joins us live with the analysis city leaders reviewed today, showing Rochester both is and is not on track to meeting its ambitious targets. Anthony, what's the latest?
Well, Tyler, the answer to whether Rochester is or isn't on track really depends on which of its benchmarks you look at. Now, experts say in the short term, Rochester has made rapid progress on cutting CO2 emissions, but their long-term outlook is much more bleak if the Med City keeps the status quo. There's good news and bad news in a new analysis of progress on Rochester's greenhouse gas goals. The good news, the Med City has cut its CO2 output by 250,000 metric tons over the past 4 years, putting it on track to hit its 2025 target of a 30% drop. The bad news, the Center for Energy and Environment is casting doubt over whether Rochester will be able to sustain its progress after this decade and meet its goal of an 80% reduction by 2050.
Up until 2030, we are on target to meet our goals. After that, with expected population growth and natural gas use and transportation in relation to that population growth, we will expect to see emissions increase unless we do something to intervene with that.
The biggest contributors to local greenhouse gas emissions are transportation and Rochester's 50% reliance on natural gas for energy production. The report recommends taking action across 5 strategic areas, including electrification, efficiency, and more dense urban development. While specific tactics would take time and resources to develop, City Council member Nick Campion says he'd like to see greenhouse gas data incorporated into decisions that come before local leaders.
And it has to be integrated into our day-to-day kind of decision-making over kind of a once-in-a-while revisiting it.
Considering whether Rochester should set a higher bar for itself, there were a mix of opinions among council members.
In general, I'd say I'm supportive of going as far as we possibly can. And also, we have limited means and budget, so we'll really need to look at what sort of costs are involved.
I would really like to see us be 100% at 2050, 2060 at the very, very latest.
Med City Mayor Kim Norton makes it clear community members and private businesses will have to carry some of the responsibility as well.
It's not just us, the city, that's going to solve this problem. It's the entire community. And I think part of the work that some of our interns and we as a city and our staff have to really look at is how are we going to get the rest of the community to be a partner with us to embrace these changes.
And one question that did come up here inside the council chamber was what Mayo Clinic, the Med City's largest employer, is doing to reduce its greenhouse gas output. City staff share in a recent meeting, the healthcare giant revealed it's looking into a decarbonization plan. Live in Rochester, Anthony Monzon, KIMT News 3.
Thank you, Anthony. Now, the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change recommends cities cut out greenhouse gas emissions completely by 2050.